Greetings. This is the ancient one. What I have here is a couple of fists. Now, I was an amateur boxer, younger. My dad boxed professionally. He taught me how to parry and thrust. But I'm looking at the fists. These fists are very strong and durable. When I put my hands out here, they're twitchy and nervous. Well, that's not good for the golf swing. So I want a containment. What's containment mean? Well, it's a favorite word of my mentor in Tennessee. He was the head proponent for channel lock golf, John Hensley in Australia. But this containment, how do we make a fist? Well, it's pretty natural. We just roll the hands together. Now, what do we do with these thumbs? These thumbs are the enemy of the piece. Along with this finger, they're pinchers. We're the only mammal with opposing digits that can do that. Well, they want to pinch, they want to guide, they want to control, they want to manipulate. We don't want that in golf. No, we want just swinging with our core. Our body is a central pivot point. So I want these hands to be aligned. I don't want them like that or that, or I want them like that. And I could use a sledgehammer that way. I guess I could do a two-hand box. That would be a little awkward. But what do I do with these thumbs? Well, in boxing, we just roll them into the inside here. We don't want them hanging out here. Looks like that. Well, I deduced in my mind is always thinking. I'm somewhat of a efficiency expert. I'm always inventing and reinventing. And my golf club, now, this grip is not very well made. If I had a hammer, it's form fit, fishing poles, but this is just round. Has to be round according to USDA, USGA, United States Golf Association, USGA, in their infinite wisdom, I guess. But I'd like it if they were formed a little bit to my hand. Well, I can grasp this in a fist. We're told to put it in the fingers. Well, these fingers are twitchy, in the words of Moore Norman. I was certified in natural golf back in the early 2000s, met Mo 3 times. And he had a way of a palm grip, which everybody poo-pooed, but man, he's the most accurate hitter of the golf ball ever lived. He's out of Canada. Really an odd fella, but so smart and wise in golf. That's all he ever did. So lining this, it makes sense just to grasp it like this. And actually put it over your shoulder like a rifle, Continental Soldier. It feels pretty good. We don't want it that way, we don't want it that way. We want these knuckles lined up. So I'm going to turn this down so you can see my new grip. It's still under construction, you might say. Yet to be proven, but I went out last night and I hit 10 balls into the green from 100 yards and they were all together the size of a beach blanket. Man, it felt so solid. Well, I didn't have all those variables and I didn't have to manipulate more mid-course. So I'm gripping this now with the right hand. The left hand is standard. It's underneath this heel pad. So I can hold it with one finger because it's contained. But this right hand, this is the enemy of the piece. So how do I turn this into a fist? Well, now they're putting with this claw grip. It's like a claw, right? It's right in the webbing there. Well, how can I make a claw grip for a full swing? Well, I messed around and deduced these two guys are ruining my swing. So I want these out of the picture. So this thumb, I'm bringing it in and touching it to my middle finger. This guy, guess what? I'm folding it up out of the way. I'm doing that. Looks like I have half a finger. Now, this is kind of interesting. I really got that index finger in a lock contained position. It's folded under. So baby, that's there's not a variation. There's only one way you can do it. Just that. Now this is facing the target. So this is folded under. This thumb, I found it's best to place it on the tip of this longest finger. And I still have the overlap because I want these hands together pretty close. Oh, that looks weird. Well, it's certainly contained, but all it can do is hinge. So I'll try to show you my hinge position. Lower this a little bit. Takes some getting used to. It's odd after you've been doing something for 70 years. Okay, so I have this contained. So in the full swing, it looks like this. So I'll get one of my patented, rained pretty good last night. Get one of my patented pine cones. I've been hitting them out here. Well, surely there's an odd one around. I have to go field here. Oh, this comes out here. So, putting my hand on there, I'm not used to this. But there's a couple big ones there. Should have had these all prepared. So. Okay. So locked and loaded. So, get a little closer here. So see it? So first thing I do is get my claw grip, fold that index finger, put the thumb on the middle finger. Now I got this punch is rigid. So now when I set up, I bump the hip forward. I have a closed stance, Jim Benitez style. My shoulders are going back in line with my foot line. It's about 30 degrees closed. And as I do that, the club goes up on its own. And I want to have my coil turning with my pumpkin here. So this is starting. I still have to think about where to fold that index, put the thumb on the middle finger. Okay, so now it's rigid, everything is firmly locked. Two fists. And I'm turning here with my core. And I don't have to think about it. I can just turn my shoulder back. I'm not rotating like that. It's a teeter-totter effect. A lot of things I'm thinking of. That was pretty good. Nice scrape move. Anyway, I hope that lit some fires. What I would like if you take a minute and try this, well, maybe more in a minute, and get back with me and give me your take on this. Hey, maybe we're onto something. I'm not looking for money or getting a patent. I've invented other things, but never patented them. But this could be the answer. Who knows? If you don't try, you don't know. So, cheers. Love you all. Happy holidays. Later. Out.